Hello students, hope everyone are doing good. So today we are going to see a new lesson in our physics chapter. It is an interesting chapter. I will give you some clues so that you can find it out what is that chapter is. Okay. Whether you are able to see object at dark, no, it is not possible for us to see the object at dark. You need light to see the object at dark. So electric bulb or filament bulb, it acts as a source for providing light. So to operate this electric bulb and filament bulb, what you need? You need an electricity. So you are right. So today we are going to discuss in detail about the chapter electricity. So before going to the topic, I would like to explain you what is the main learning objective of this chapter. So the main learning objective of this chapter is to make you to understand the concept of electricity, what is a simple electric circuit, how you will design a simple electric circuit, what are the components you need to design a simple electric circuit, what do you mean by an open circuit, what do you mean by a closed circuit, what is electric current, what is potential difference, how you will define it mathematically, and finally what is Ohm's law. So before going to the main chapter, I would like you to recall about electric charges what you have studied in your previous classes. You know electric charges are of two types. One is the positive charge and other one is the negative charge. So if you rub a glass rod on a silk cloth, the glass rod will acquire a positive charge. Similarly, if you rub an ebonite rod on a woolen cloth, the ebonite rod will acquire a negative charge. Also, you are aware about the property of electric charges. Like charges repel each other and unlike charges attract each other. So what is the unit of electric charge? Electric charge is defined mathematically and it is represented by capital letter C. So it is represented by, so electric charge is represented in capital letter C. The unit of electric charge is coulomb. So we will see more in detail about this electric charges when we discuss about the topic electric circuit. Now let us go to the main topic. Okay. So in this topic I am going to discuss you about what is a simple electric circuit, how you will define it, what do you mean by an open circuit, what do you mean by a closed circuit, how you will draw a simple electric circuit, what are the components you need to design a simple electric circuit, what are the function of each and every component. Okay, so now let us go in detail about electric circuit. What is an electric circuit? How you will define it? A continuous closed path of an electric current will constitute an electric circuit. Now here comes a new term for you. How you will define an electric current? How you will define an electric current? What is electric current? The flow of electric charges inside the circuit for a particular time period is known as electric current. So how you will define it mathematically? I is equal to Q by T. So electric current is defined by the capital letter I. Q is nothing but electric charge. T is nothing but time. So the amount of electric charges that flows inside the conductor for a particular time period is said to be electric current. What is the unit of electric current? You know the unit of electric charge is coulomb. What is the unit of time? Second. So the unit of electric current is coulomb by second, or the unit of electric current can also be said as ampere, which is named after the renowned scientist Ampere. Okay. So electric current is defined as the rate of flow of electric charges that flows inside the conductor. Okay. So smaller amount of current is measured in terms of milliamperes and microampere. Okay. So 1 milliampere is equal to 10 power minus 3 ampere. 1 microampere is equal to 10 power minus 6 ampere. Ammeter is an instrument. See, this is ammeter. Ammeter is an instrument that is used to measure the amount of electric charges that is flowing inside the circuit. Always this ammeter should be connected in series to the circuit. Ammeter should always be connected in series to the circuit. So now we have come to a conclusion that the flow of electric charges inside the conductor will give rise to an electric current. But you should infer whether the flow of electric charges are positive charges or negative charges. If you take any matter, you know that matter is made up of subatomic particles called electrons, protons and neutrons. Electrons are negatively charged, protons are positively charged and neutrons are neutrally charged. So in electricity, the flow of electrons which are negatively charged is responsible for the flow of electric charges inside the conductor and it gives rise to electric current inside the circuit. So now next you should come to a conclusion. How will be the direction of the current flow? Since you see here electrons are negatively charged. Electrons are negatively charged. So the flow of electrons will be from negative to positive. But conventionally in an electric circuit, the flow of electric current is considered to be from positive to negative. So inside any electric circuit, the flow of electric current is always taken conventionally, that is from positive to negative. So this is all about the electric current. Next we are going to see what are the components you need to design a simple electric circuit. The first component is a battery. So this is the conventional symbol for the battery. So this is said to be a cell. Okay. So when you connect more than one cell or two cells, it is said to be a battery. So the first component you need is a battery. The second component you need a switch. So this is the conventional symbol of switch. This is said to be a closed one. So this symbol represents the switch is closed. This symbol represents the switch is open. The third component you need some connecting wires. So this is the connecting wire. And the fourth one is nothing but you need an LED or electric bulb. I will show you each and every component. See, this is the battery. I have taken a 9-volt battery. Okay, this is the 9-volt battery. This is the electric switch. This is the electric switch. This is the LED bulb. Okay, this is a 3-volt electric LED bulb. And this is the connecting wire or a metallic wire. You know that all connecting wire will be made up of metal. So this is a copper wire or you can also take aluminum wire. Okay, so these are the components you need to design a simple electric circuit. Now I am going to explain you in detail about the function of each and every component present inside the electric circuit. What is the first component? The first component is the battery. Okay. So what is the function of this battery? When this battery is placed in a proper order, it produces a potential difference. See, battery has two terminals, plus and minus. So this difference in terminals will create a potential difference. So this potential difference will initiate the flow of electric charges inside the conductor. So this is the main function of the battery. Okay. Now here comes another new term for you. What is potential difference? I will explain you in detail what is potential difference. See here. In this diagram, I have taken this LED bulb or a filament bulb as a load. Okay. As a load. So this is the filament bulb. I am redrawing the circuit once again here for your easy understanding. See, assume a 1 coulomb of electric charge is flowing inside the conductor. Okay. To move this 1 coulomb of electric charge from one point to another point, how much work you are spending? That is said to be potential difference. So how you will define it mathematically? Potential difference is denoted by capital letter V. So V is equal to W by Q. So the work done in moving a unit charge of 1 coulomb from one point to another point is said to be potential difference. The load can be either an LED bulb or it can be an electric bulb. Okay. So voltmeter is an instrument that is used to measure the potential difference in the circuit. Since you are measuring the potential difference across the 2 points in a circuit, this voltmeter should always be connected in parallel to the circuit. So this is all about your battery and potential difference. The second component is nothing but switch. What is the main function of the switch? The switch, it forms a conducting link between the electric bulb and the battery. It acts as a connecting link or a conducting link. So when the switch is on, the circuit is closed so that electric current flows inside the circuit. Okay, when the switch is off, the circuit is open. It acts as an open circuit and no current will flow inside the circuit. So this is the function of the switch. The last one is you need a LED or an electric bulb. How you will come to know that the electric current flows inside the circuit? That is, you can infer only from the glow of the LED. If the LED bulb glows well, then you can clearly infer that yes, electric current flows inside the circuit. If the LED bulb or electric bulb does not glow, then it clearly indicates that electric current does not flow inside the circuit. So to connect all these components, what you need? You need a metallic wire. Okay. So only with the help of a metallic wire, which is either copper or aluminium, you can connect all this circuit. So this is the main function of each and every component present inside the electric circuit, and these are the conventional symbol. So for battery, the conventional symbol is like this. Okay. For key, this is closed, this is open. Next, for voltmeter, this is the conventional symbol. Voltmeter should be connected in parallel to the circuit. This is the conventional symbol of ammeter. Ammeter should always be connected in series to the circuit. So, to draw an electric circuit, only you have to use the proper conventional symbol. For LED bulb, this is the symbol. Either it can be a LED bulb or it can be a electric bulb. Okay. So, I hope you are very thorough in designing a simple electric circuit. So this is the working model of the simple electric circuit. So I have designed this in a breadboard. So this is the breadboard. So this is the 9-volt battery which I have explained earlier. So this is the electric switch. So this is the LED bulb and this is the connecting wire. So whatever diagram I have shown you in the chart, I have given the same circuit in the breadboard. So that is the only difference here. Okay. So here I have used a resistor because the LED bulb is 3 volt. But the battery is 9 volt. If I didn't use a resistor, my LED bulb will burn out. Okay. So that's why I have used a 1 kilo ohm resistor. So this is a complete electric circuit. Now see here. Now I am going to explain you the working model. See here. Now the switch is on. Now the switch is on. So the circuit is closed. So it acts as a closed circuit. The current flows inside the circuit and the LED close. Okay. Now I am going to switch off. Okay. So now the circuit is an open circuit. No current flows inside the circuit. So the LED bulb will not glow. So this is the easy working model of a electric circuit. So hope you have understood this. Next one, I am going to teach you what do you mean by Ohm's law. It is a very important topic. What do you mean by Ohm's law? See, there always exists a relationship between the potential difference and the electric current flowing inside the circuit. I have told you potential difference is represented by V and electric current is denoted by I. Okay. So, voltages, that is the potential difference is directly proportional to electric current. Okay. When electric current increases, the potential difference also increases. Okay. So, Ohm is a scientist who gave a relationship between the potential difference and the electric current flowing inside the circuit. Already you know that if you want to remove any proportionality sign, you have to introduce a constant. Okay. So, I am introducing a constant called R. So this R is nothing but resistance. This R is nothing but resistance. So resistance is the property of the conductor that resists the flow of electric charges inside the conductor. So V is equal to IR means what? R is equal to V by I. So resistance and current are inversely proportional to each other. If current increases, resistance decreases. Okay. If current decreases, resistance increases. So both are inversely proportional to each other. So I hope today we have learnt how to design a simple electric circuit, what are the components we need. We learned some new technical terms, what is electric current, what is potential difference, and finally Ohm's law. So if you want to draw a graph between voltage and current, voltage should be represented in x-axis, current should be represented in y-axis, you will get a linear graph. So this clearly explains it. When voltage increases, your current also increases. So hope you have understood clearly. So now I want you to give a small homework or assignment, okay, in the topic called electric circuit. So please copy down the question. If 10 coulomb of electric charge is flowing in a circuit, for 5 seconds, calculate the electric current flowing in the circuit. Calculate the electric current flowing in the circuit. And I have missed you to tell you one point. See here, you should know what is the charge of one electron. Okay, the charge of one electron is 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. So this will be very useful for you when we are solving numerical. So hope you have understood everything. Thank you. Let us meet in next session.